Hey everyone, this is Samlock24, and today we're going to be doing a video on everything that I carry on a daily basis. And this video was requested by one of you guys. If you have more requests, feel free to send me an email or post on my Facebook page and let me know exactly what it is that you want to see. So first of all, I'm carrying for my phone, I'm carrying a Galaxy S10 Plus, and I just recently picked this one up. Before, I was using LG V30 with a Spigen case. This Galaxy S10, I'm using a Simply Carbon fiber case, and you're gonna see a theme of carbon fiber over my entire setup. Before it was a little bit of leather, and I'll tell you what I had before, and I'll show you some pictures of my previous setup and before I switched over to the carbon fiber. But the Galaxy S10, it's a really good phone. The only thing I don't like about it is the fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor doesn't really work that well. They changed it over from like an actual button and made it and built it into the screen, and that thing gets just annoying. But everything else works extremely well. It basically handles everything that I needed to do, and even more than my LG V30 could. But anyway, it's a really good phone. Before you start asking me, the wallpaper that I have is it's a theme that I picked up from the Samsung market. It's called Hacker. I'm not sure. I think it's you might have to buy it. When I picked it up, I think I got it on a promotion or something. But anyway, you might be able to still pick it up for like $1, maybe $1.50 or something like that. But overall, the theme looks really good. I like the way that it's basically green and red. For the next thing, it's my wallet. So I just recently started carrying this one too. It's another carbon fiber. It's a Phantom wallet. If you're into EDC, and if you've seen or if you've been watching a lot of the EDC videos, everyone has a review of this Phantom wallet. And for me, it's kind of like a love-hate type of thing. One of the things that I didn't like was the money clip. The money clip by itself, I think it's I don't know. It looks kind of awkward that it's not carbon fiber, or I guess it wouldn't be since it's titanium or something like that. But anyway, it comes separate. You do have to pay extra for it. I think I got the wallet on sale. It was like 60 something. But anyway, the money clip was extra. I did pay extra for it. And originally I placed it where the front of it was. So I ended up switching the money clip, put it in backwards, and instead of having it on the front, I put it on. Kind of inversed, which it's kind of weird that it's kind of forced in, since it did have I did order it with the money clip. So it's kind of forced on there, but it still works properly, and it still goes into my pants really well. But one of the only things that I didn't like is, since I put it to like they recommend to install it, once I took it off, it left this nasty scratches on the carbon fiber, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it in the pictures, but right off the bat, in the very first day, I already had it scratched on the very front of it. Another thing is, instead of putting money in the actual money clip, what I do is I put the money in between the debit and credit cards in there, and I think I prefer to carry it in that manner, because the lever thing where it fans the cards out, it still works properly, and it gets it to where I put it in between my very last card and my second to last, and the money makes it to where the very last card like fans up way higher, so it's way easier to get a hold of. Overall, the wallet's really good. It's decent. One of the major things that I kind of had to get used to is how hard it is. It's actually pretty stiff. Whenever you put it in your pocket, it's not going to bend or anything. And before I had this wallet, I had a little Coach money clip that I've carried for, I think, almost 4 years, and I just had to replace it because it was falling apart. I didn't really want to replace it, and after I decided that I needed to replace it because it was already, the money clip was the actual money clip didn't rip, but the leather around it did. And I looked for it everywhere. I even looked on eBay. I looked on Coach. I checked several Coach websites, and they don't make this clip anymore. It's kind of a bad thing that they don't make it, but this little money clip was perfect for me. I only carried like 4 cards and then some money, but even when I started carrying 6 cards, this particular money clip was really good. It stretched out really good. It was very flexible, so whenever you put it in your pocket, you wouldn't feel it as much as the Phantom Wallet. The Phantom Wallet, which I picked up, it was for the what was the 6 to 8 cards or 8 to 10. I can't remember what it was. So it's somewhat somewhat thicker than this. It's still really it's still thin, but it doesn't it's not flexible like my previous money clip was, which I did enjoy having a ton, and for whatever reason they don't make it anymore. And next, my next item would be this knife. It's a Kershaw Leak 2, all in carbon fiber. And before this little guy that didn't really used to carry a knife or anything, I bought this because it was recommended to me by my brother. It was, I think he had the titanium version or the metal version. But anyway, whenever it's like really easy to open. It's a spring assisted little pocket knife. It goes around for, I think, anywhere from $60 to $144, just depending on where you pick it up. I picked it up on Amazon. I think it was like 70 something. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, this particular knife has exposed carbon fiber, which feels amazing whenever you drag your finger through it. And overall, and like I said, I never used to be a type of person that carries a pocket knife, but you tend to use it way more than you'd think. Like I said, I never used to carry one before, and now I don't think I can ever go back to not carrying one, because you basically use it for anything, whether you're out or you're opening boxes or you have an Amazon package or anything. You just pull it up and they come crazy sharp, and they do come with a 1-year warranty on it. So overall, it's a really good knife, and I did pick it up because it was carbon fiber, and I wanted to make everything in my setup carbon fiber. So I did pick this one up, and I did pay a little extra for that carbon fiber, and it's really well made. I like the way that it's exposed carbon fiber, and I did like that also, the fact that it carried a lifetime warranty on it. Let's see, the next thing, it's gonna be this Bastion. I think it's I'm not even sure what they call it. It's not a field notebook carrier or a binder, not sure. But what I looked for a passport holder, and in carbon fiber, and this is what I found. And again, I used this a ton. I don't carry it with me all the time. I only carry it when I'm working. So if it's a work day, I do carry it. If it's like the weekend or something, I don't carry it, because it is kind of big. It's very flexible, so you don't really feel it whenever you're carrying it. And inside, I'm carrying it's a field book by Elin Publishing, and then I carry a couple of business cards, which I don't try to carry that many, because I do have a separate little holster to carry business cards in. But this particular book, I use a ton of. I do like the carbon fiber, and I'm not really sure if it's real carbon fiber or if it's like a carbon fiber plastic. But the little notebook I use a ton, and I like the fact that it has these little dots in them. And I think I go through like half a notebook per week if I'm not in front of my computer. But anyway, I beat the crap out of this little book, and you can see by all the wear and tear that it has in this particular picture. Next. Alright, for the pen is another Bastion carbon fiber pen. It is I can't remember what it was called, but anyway, it's a bolt action Bastion carbon fiber pen. This was actually kind of expensive. At first I didn't really want to buy it. My first pen that I was carrying was a space pen, which it's really tiny, and I think I like the fact that it was small. And whenever you put it in your pocket, you don't feel the space pen, and I'll put a picture up here in a bit. But anyway, the space pen, if I bought the one with the clip, it was like I would say 15 to 18 bucks. So it wasn't that cheap, but again, it's really tiny, and whenever you open it up, it's basically a full-size pen. So I did enjoy the fact that you didn't have like a big bulking pen. And whenever I switched to this Bastion carbon fiber one, you do notice the difference. It's extremely heavy. It's way heavier than any average pen that you might carry. I do like the bolt action that it has. I actually spent hours on it whenever I first got it. I would just go and use the bolt action for a long time. I ended up getting like a blister on my thumb because I just kept on doing it. But overall, the pen it's decent. It writes really well. I think the number one complaint that I saw on Amazon was that the refills weren't standard refills. So I'm not to that point where I need to change the refills yet, because I don't write that much with it, and I do tend to take my little space pen in, or carry it a lot more than I do this heavier pen. But I think the only reason I got it was because it was carbon fiber, and that was basically it. And I do enjoy playing with a bolt action, and supposedly it's a tactical pen. But anyway, I think overall it's a decent pen. The next pen that I always carry with me, it's a modded pen. It's an RSVP. I don't want to say it's an MX, because I didn't really use any MX parts for it. What I ended up using is it was a G2 mod, and I didn't find this from anywhere. I actually just made my own mod because I couldn't find the MX pen. So for the main body, it's an RSVP pen, I think it's called. I can't see the logo anymore because I've so much how much I've used the pen. So it's RSVP, maybe. Actually, I have another one. Let me find one. Right, yeah. So it's a Pentel RSVP body, and then the front tip, it's out of a G2, and then the metal tip, it's out of an older G2 pen which came with metal. I think all the new ones come with plastic, but the old ones used to come with this metal tip, which whenever you're pen spinning, which I tend to do, the metal tip acts as it has this little bump in it in between the tip and the rubber, so you can grab it and do wipers and infinities, and whenever you do twisted sonics and sonics like inverted from like while grabbing it on the tip, it helps a ton. So it is quite good, and I carry this everywhere. And whenever I get bored, I just start pen spinning. And then finally, for my my keys, I'm using a little Coach little keychain that I got when I bought a wallet, because after my little clip gave out, my little Coach clip, I bought a full-blown Coach wallet, which the Coach wallet, it was just ginormous, and I couldn't carry it. But anyway, the wallet came with it was a full-blown wallet, a standard wallet, with an insert for your ID, and then on top of that, it came with the little key clip, which or key organizer, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I'm basically using, and that's basically what I carry almost every day, especially when I go out, or if I'm working and it's a weekday. I do carry my my little field notebook and a pen, and if it's not during the weekday, then I tend to not carry the carbon fiber pen or the space pen. I just tend to carry my pen spinning pen, my RSVP mod. And then for the watch that I use a Seiko SKX. I think it's a 009. It's the red and blue one. I think that's what it is. It's a 009. I'll put a picture here in a bit. But I tend to wear it, or I try to wear it every day, but every now and then I do forget to put it on. And one of the things that I do like about it is that the automatic system in it does have a really long time, or really long power reserve. So whenever I do remember to put it back on, it still has power on it, and I just put it back on, and that's it. And it is an automatic, so you're not switching batteries or anything like that. It's powered by the motion of your hand. So that's what I carry, and there's a picture of how I carry it. I know it looks like it's kind of crowded, but it really isn't. Or I don't know if it's just me, or if I'm already used to just carrying everything like that. And then every now and then, for the glasses that I use, I'm somewhat blind, so I do use I think that is our Stetson. But the glasses, I think this is the only trademark that I can use, because I have a huge head, and the measurements are like 60, 18, 150 or 155, I can't remember. But anyway, these are the only glasses that fit these and fat heads, and I don't like to wear fat heads, and I think this is my only option, so it's the only thing that I would wear. But anyway, let's go ahead and end the video there. Or actually, you know what we should do? If you want to go ahead and share what you carry every day with you, I'll leave let's do a Gmail or an email down in the description below. And if I get enough emails with what you guys carry, I might be able to do maybe another channel and maybe branch out from this one and do its own separate channel. That is only if you guys send me enough stuff. So if that's the case, I'll go ahead and let you know, let you guys know next time, and maybe I'll remind you of my next video. But let's go ahead and leave it here. Again, if you have any questions or comments, do leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you are enjoying my content, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.